Coming up to 11:34. That's 26 minutes to the top of the hour. And Power Solutions indeed is upon us. And Wiebe is back in the studio. Hi, Wiebe.
Yeah, hi, how are you? Sorry I was away last week. You know, I'm kind of lazy. When it's a holiday, I just don't show up. So, but at least I
don't think it's laziness. I think it's just when you're big, you're big. I mean, that's what it is.
No,
I mean,
no.
Can I make up my mind that I will just,
You can now.
I can.
So,
just kidding.
Anyway, how was your weekend? Good weekend?
It was great. It was fantastic.
Okay.
I mean, I rested and it was fun.
Good. Okay. So yeah.
And how was yours?
Yeah, my youngest son turned 7 on Friday.
Yes, I saw that online.
So we had so happy birthday, Marcus, again.
And Marcus, happy birthday to you.
And then of course Sunday was American Mother's Day. I mean, this is the thing. We have Nigerian Mother's Day. There's like British Mother's Day. There's, I think that and I think for Father's Day there's only one. But I think for Mother's Day, there's like 15 different, Mother's Day. So
even countries choose the different days to celebrate.
But anyway,
Mother's
it's good. They deserve that. So we obviously had to celebrate that yesterday. Yeah. I thought you'd be playing Sweet Mother this morning instead of, all these other songs, especially since it's Cameroonian Nigerian.
Yeah, of course, by Priest Barka. I mentioned it. And,
you did? Okay.
But unfortunately, I couldn't find out on our list for today. Okay. Maybe I owe them that song.
Yeah.
But I actually feel that Mother's Day should be every day anyways.
Correct.
So I could play it tomorrow.
Okay. He's saying that because his wife is right outside the studio. So.
I could be listening rather than
All right, but let's jump into the conversation. So this morning, a lot of our guests, you hear them talk about the great work that the Rural Electrification Agency in Nigeria is doing. Mm-hmm. Guests from all over the world, whether Cambodia, India, East Africa, they're always talking about REA and the regulations and all the great stuff that Nigeria is doing to actually lead this space, even in Africa and around the world. So we have periodically, we now have senior leadership from the REA who come on and talk to us about different parts of what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And so today we actually have another one of the very senior executives from the REA to talk to us.
Yeah.
So today it's engineer Barka Sajou. He's the executive director for technical services at the REA. He's joining us from Abuja. So good morning, Barka, and good to have you on today.
Thank you very much, Wiebe. Good morning, and good morning, Teke. Good to be on the call.
All right, so let's just jump right in. So you actually have been in this power space for I think over a decade. You've been on the on-grid side, now kind of the off-grid side. You've actually been at this longer than most of us. So tell us a bit about your own professional journey, how you got into it, a decade ago, and then how you've progressed over time to where you are now in the REA.
Thank you very much. I started out actually working for a company called IDSL, Integrated Data Services Limited, as a subsidiary of NNPC. Started out as a maintenance engineer. But just before the start of the privatization, around 2012, I decided to go back to join Power Systems. Mm-hmm. And upon getting back, it was a build-up to the privatization. So I got an opportunity to work for a distribution company in Ibadan, and stayed there for some years. Got back into advisory, working for the Nigerian Infrastructure Advisory Facility run by DFID, where I worked as a market consultant, and continued development work for about 5 years, helping to build the nascent electricity market in Nigeria. Afterwards, I had a short time at the World Bank providing advisory in terms of something called the Green Bond Fund, the Green Bond Financing Program, where we were trying to raise capital for some off-grid projects. After that, I moved back to distribution, leading strategy in AEDC, the Abuja Disco. And now I'm here, working as Executive Director of Technical Services in the Rural Electrification Agency.
Beautiful.
Yes.
What a journey, what an experience. Let me start by saying congratulations on your appointment. We know that in 20...
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear us? Hello? Hello?
Engineer, can you hear us?
Are you with us?
Hi, Wiebe. Did you catch that?
We didn't catch that. Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us? Anyway.
Yes, I'm with you. I can hear you.
Oh, great. Fantastic. So I was going to say congratulations. Until your appointment to the REA by President Muhammad Buhari in January 2021, which is why I say congratulations to you. You used to lead strategy the electricity distribution company. Now, what propelled you to move? What propelled this move for you, as it were?
Yeah, so again, having done core, technical stuff and then started to move into a bit more finance related stuff. I got an opportunity to lead the decentralized energy unit of the AEDC. And I felt it was a good opportunity because it gave the bird eye view of the entire value chain. And I thought bringing together my regulatory and engineering experience to bear, it was going to be helpful to influence, some changes with the distribution company. And I'm happy to say joining that distribution company at the time helped set up their decentralized energy desk. We also went on to build the first interconnected mini grid, the Use Market project, which I spearheaded. And that's under implementation, and I think the pilot phase has been completed sometime in the year. The final phases would be commissioned as well.
And then what about moving from there to the REA?
I don't think you heard that question. So Wiebe was asking about moving from there to the REA, So something you tell us about that. Barka, Sajou, can you hear us? Well, by the way, Lagos, if you are just joining us, you're listening to Power Solutions. It's 11:40, and we just commenced.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, great, fantastic. So Wiebe was asking you about moving from what you just said to the REA. I mean, would you want to tell us about what propelled that move? I think we still have a challenge of him hearing us, and if we can fix that as fast as possible, it would be great. Let's see how fast that can be done, and we get into it. Lagos, Nigeria. If you are just joining us, you are listening to Power Solutions. We're live on Nigeria's number one for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info, and today we are looking at pathway to sustainability. And we have engineer Barka Sajou, who is Executive Director, Technical Services, Rural Electrification Agency, the REA. One agency, if you're Nigerian, you should, be interested in the great work they're doing. It's one of those agencies of government that Wiebe and I can, agree that they've been doing a great work. If not by virtue of the fact that we know what they're doing, but by virtue of the things that have been said about even people from outside. You mentioned those who have said great things about the REA from Cambodia, from all around the world. Yeah. So it's only right that we also give them that. Barka Sajou is back with us. Can you hear us now? Hello, are you there? Can you hear us, Mr. Barka?
Yes, I can. I apologize.
Yes,
yes, I can hear you. I apologize for the...
Okay,
that's great.
So let me combine now, I guess, two questions. I mean, the first is you talked about why you went back to the disco. So my question was why you then left the disco for the REA. What was the excitement about the opportunity? Actually, but just to predicate that, what I'm happy to hear though is if you hear your career journey over the last 10 years, 10 years ago nobody really thought you could have a career in the power sector in Nigeria, right? You were either like a NEPA employee, which would be a civil servant or whatever, but there wasn't really a career that you could, like you've done, Barka, you've worked for discos, you've been a consultant, you've worked for donor agencies, World Bank, all that, and now you're in the government. But it's great to see that this is now a clear career path that people in Nigeria can have, and that we're actually in that way kind of really building an industry and really building capability. But so let's find out what made you decide to leave the Abuja disco and come to REA, and then also what your role as Executive Director Technical Services entails.
Not sure if you got the question. Are you still with us?
Can you hear us?
Or still have a problem with that audio?
Okay, thanks. I'll take both questions at once.
Okay.
So this is... Yes, I did.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so moving to REA, I think was quite easy because I had spent some time already doing some content area, and this is a bigger scope in terms of impact. So some of the work I've done in the past was for more regional, either for Abuja Disco or Ibadan, as the case may be. But with this, there's a wider impact. The whole of the 80 million unelectrified Nigerians are now, by and large, my business essentially. So I think it was opportunity and it was easy to just make up my mind on this. The second question is, what is my role in as technical services director? So essentially, it starts from the entire planning process of all the upgrade projects up until implementation, and of course, the appraisal of these projects for ongoing and future electrification work. I also have some cross-cutting functions with other programs in the agency, working with the Nigerian electrification, deploying various initiatives that you may be aware of, like the Energizing Education Program, and more recently the solar power Nigeria program.
All right, we try and get the. We have discontinue that. Would have that fixed. Maybe we'll get him on the phone and have him join us via the phone, and that'll be fixed in a matter of minutes. In the meantime, I mean, I was just getting into his role. I mean, to know. I mean, what he was doing. I mean, as Wiebe asked, and the audio just told that very vital information from us. Wiebe, there's a lot more to catch up with as far as Power Solutions concerned, but sometimes I just wonder if
I think we need to do Telecom Solutions as a show also, because we're always having one issue or the other.
I don't know. That excuse of it's network. It's network. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you traveled around the world. Is there an excuse that is tenable anywhere in the world? Like,
yeah, there are some places.
Some places.
In Nigeria, though, sometimes we use that network excuse when we actually don't want to answer a tough question.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that on the radio, but I just mean you'll be maybe someone owes you money,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
And you call them and then, no, network. I can't. Well,
I can't hear you. Or go by the fan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get it.
No, but I mean, it's not. I mean, you can go to places all over the world, and at least in rural places, you'll have connection issues. So I think, is he coming back now on? Hopefully, we're dialing in directly.
Yes.
Let's see here.
Doesn't look like that's what's happening.
So Collins, just a question. So when you do like radio training in school or whatever here, do they teach you how to fill time when networks don't work?
No, you have to be prepared for that all the time. I mean, that's part of the prep. What if what you plan doesn't work?
Yeah. What if the guest doesn't show up?
What if the guest doesn't show up? You have to. There's always something to say. You can't even be here if you don't have something to say at every point in time.
Yeah.
And that makes sense, though.
Okay. And I think in your case, by having that gap between when you say your name and your last name, your first name and your last name, you kind of fill up like 30 seconds every time. So maybe the next 15 minutes we can just call in
names.
Teke, and just fill the time.
Buy some time.
Yeah. All right,
yes, indeed.
Is he back on yet?
Yeah.
I think we're trying to call him.
Yes, I think that's what's going on now. As soon as we can fix that, we'll do it. I think the mobile line would just be good if we can fix that before it ends. But very, very, very. That's not a. C'est pas bien. Anyways, but we have that. I think they will try to fix that, the technical hitches, and then we get back into the conversation. So, if you're just wondering and listening to the radio show and wondering what's going on, it's called Power Solutions. Maybe I should tell you a bit about it. It's a radio show that comes to you every Monday at this time between. All right, I think it's trying to connect us back. Okay.
All right, there we go. Barka, it looks like now we can also see you. Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
This connection, now, whoa.
Wow. We by turn to pidgin. That means the thing, you don't pass the one I'm saying.
You were
English.
speaking French, so we didn't.
I didn't even notice when I said it in French. But these things happen.
Yeah.
I don't want to call out the network provider, but let's just forgive them for today.
Okay.
But it's clearly a challenge from this.
All right. Are you back on now? Can you hear us?
Okay. Still cannot. Can you hear us now?
I can hear
Oh,
you.
fantastic.
great.
Okay.
So let's get right into it. Wiebe was asking, you were talking about your role, and
Yeah.
we lost you just a moment. So could you conclude that before I bring my next question? Oh, not again. All right, guys. We are going to go on a quick break. Just 1 second, just before you know we're back, and then we'll continue with this, and hopefully we'll fix that connection issue, or just get to have this just and look forward to the next time we'll have this gentleman join us, because our time is almost fast spent. I mean, it's almost done right here. I think he's back now. I hope he doesn't fail us this time.
So let's jump ahead to a very important question. Engineer, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna skip over a couple of questions. Wahala, this connection now. Okay, so we're gonna just have to get him on another week. Let's plan to have him next week.
I think that'll be way better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's what I was talking about, the network. You know why I
Yeah.
was saying that? Because these days, you even go to the bank, you want to have a transaction, and the bank is telling you the network is bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay,
yeah.
am I supposed to take that back home and just tell people, okay, network was bad?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
an
yeah.
excuse tenable?
Yeah.
You know,
Or you're trying to get cash.
You want to
from
get cash from the
take-
POS, ATM, and no,
and you have to go to
there's a
10,
network
15
is bad.
Yeah.
Who is this
yeah.
network, and who should be held responsible? You know,
Yeah.
sometimes I ask this question. It's like, Collins, it's too much, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
All
it
right.
is, It is. So Collins, what did you when I wasn't here last week? Did you actually take calls, or what did you talk about?
No, it was
Or
a
you just-
holiday. I just said that for those who did not have lights, they should let's have fun and play music and
plenty of people called that they didn't have light,
Of course,
or because they didn't have light they couldn't call because
people
their phone died.
People normally don't have lights.
So-
you understand? So it's like I was asking the obvious, Collins. I believe that one. Is that what you want to talk about?
Yeah, on a
Let's talk
holiday.
about a solution.
Yeah.
And then we now look forward to today.
Yeah.
And now it's no more lights. It's
Yeah.
connection. It's network.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
All right.
I'm sure we'll find lasting solution to all
Yeah.
these.
Yeah, but listen, we'll have engineer Barka Sajou on.
Oh, he's on the phone.
Okay, let's try now for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Engineer, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So listen, we have a few minutes now, but let's plan on having you on again next week so we can have a proper conversation. Is that okay?
Yes, that would be better.
All right. Sorry for the wahala. You know, we're trying to solve power, but someone else needs to be solving network, man. So okay.
Indeed.
So
Thank
look,
you so much.
the question. I know the theme today was about how to sustainably build the renewable energy sector. So, let's focus on that and give us some of your thoughts, both on kind of what the REA is doing and then what you hope we can even build on from that.
All right. So for REA, we're looking at it in a holistic manner. We're looking at the technical side. We're looking at the economic. We're looking at the environmental, the social, and the institutional issues. So on the technical side, I think harmonizing the technical standards across all our programs is a way to go. Already, we have done some work in doing this, and maybe this week or next, we'll be publishing our harmonized standards. For the economic, we're looking at more viable business models. One that probably looks at working very closely with the discos and having an integrated approach to deploying these solutions. And then on the institutional side, we have what we call RISC, which is acronym for cooperatives. We are also involving the local communities in managing these projects post their implementation. So in a nutshell, it's trying to cut across all of these spheres.
Hollandia yogurt. Wholesome nourishment from your favorite brand.
Hi there. If anyone ever asks you for your banking app, password or PIN, your card PIN or the 3 numbers on the back of your card, your pay ID or answers to your security questions, do not give it to them. These details are private and highly confidential. They must never be shared. Stay smart. Don't lose your money to scammers. This message is from Kuda Microfinance Bank, the bank of the free. Download Kuda on the Play Store or the App Store and open an account to enjoy free banking.
Mama Shadi, this your pikin no well. Make you take am go hospital now.
My sister, na big money be that too.
Which big money? You never hear about LSHS Ilera Eko?
Ilera Eko? Wetin be that?
Now, true, Lagos State Health Management Agency, LASHMA, don't bring correct healthcare plan. Where makes sense for your domot. Enjoy supply healthcare. Where your hand feel rich. This one, now for everybody where they live inside Lagos State. They call them a Leraco. Whether you be civil servant, small private business owner, trade professional, or even market man or woman. So far you they live inside Lagos. This better now for you. Make you register with Ilera Eco branded agents or outlets where you see Ilera Eco logo. Pay 40,000 naira every year for family package or 8,500 naira every year for one person. Make you begin enjoy with a mind. For more information, call 0700 Ilera Eco or 0800 Ask Lashma or make you visit www.lashma.com.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Sincere apologies again. We have to apologize to our guest. Specifically, we had to go on that necessary break. So, would have you, just conclude your thoughts on Wiebe's question one last time, and then, of course, we'll have you again next week. Like Wiebe said, would have a proper conversation and hear all your thoughts and everything that you have to say concerning the topic. So, let's have you respond to Wiebe's question as we proceed.
Yeah. So my closing comments would be. Sustainability is something that we have to embed in the design of projects to ensure that they live out their life cycle in a very optimal way.
Well said, short and simple, but straight to the point also. Thank you again for joining us today, and apologies indeed to you and to the listener and to everyone who looked forward to this conversation, and for all the, wahala, the network wahala that we experienced. And just like Wiebe said, we are trying to fix the power. Someone has got to fix the connection. Someone out there, you've got to fix this connection so you don't stop us from fixing the power on radio.
Exactly.
That's indeed.
So, engineer, are you available next Monday to continue the conversation? I think we'll just call you like this rather than go on Skype.
Yes,
it works much better.
Preferable.
Okay.
It's preferable. Yes.
Fantastic.
I am available. Thank you very much.
Okay. So let all the listeners know out there, we're going to be back next week, and engineer will be able to continue the conversation. I really want to dig into this one point you made about the connection now between kind of the off-grid and the discos, which obviously you're uniquely placed to talk about and also lead. And I think that's a very important one for Nigerian listeners to hear about, because I think it's really a very, very important step forward, and it's a way for every part of the industry to come together.
Indeed.
So thank you very much. Have a great Barka da Sallah, and have a great holiday, and we'll talk again on Monday.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye.
What an experience today it was. I mean, these things happen from time to time. But hey, the good thing is we'll be here next week. So we'll have that conversation next week.
We'll continue next week.
And all that. And guys, if you do have areas or conversations or topics or things you feel that we can address on this show, all right, from your perspective as a consumer of power or someone who looks forward to fixing power, you have the right to always reach out to us. You could DM us, send a message, or probably, go to Wiebe's DM and sending a message. I'm sure you'll respond to that. He's very active online, just saying, guys. Or just visit allon.com, right? Allon.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or collinsteke.com.
Well, you find that too. You get you get us on the board so that you can be a part of this.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah.
I think that Power Solutions should have more time, be on more stations, be everywhere. Just saying.
I think they should give us like 3 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
I think
not. Anyway,
we have like,
but yeah, I think the point is, listeners, if there's a particular topic you want us to explore, a particular technology you've heard about that you'd like us to look into, we're always ready to listen to that and then bring that back to you.
You have questions like what solar is good for me, how the solar, things like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure we have access to an array of different experts, not just experts in different areas. I mean, everything you need. All you need to do is just let us know, and we'll definitely point in the right direction, as it were.
Absolutely.
That's it for us on the show today. Next week, Monday, we'll be here again.
All right. And everybody have a great long weekend. Be safe, celebrate, and we talk again next Monday.
Bye for now.
.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's